10-second trivia. What happens when the moon passes between Earth and the sun and completely covers the sun? Total solar eclipse, annular solar eclipse, total lunar eclipse, or penumbral lunar eclipse? Turn around, bright eyes. When this happens, you're witnessing a total solar eclipse. And one of those is likely to be one of the first stories we cover after our summer break. Our new season begins on August 14th. And exactly a week after that, on August 21st, a total solar eclipse is expected to cross the continental U.S. In fact, everyone in North America could notice when the sun is at least partially covered by the moon. For those in the passing shadow, the landscape will appear darker, the temperature could drop. What's being called the Great American Eclipse will last about an hour and a half from start to finish, and a couple minutes when the sun's completely covered. Total solar eclipses aren't that rare. They occur about once every 18 months. But the event this August is unique because it'll be the first time in 99 years that a total solar eclipse crossed over the U.S. from the Pacific to the Atlantic. Skywatchers from Oregon to Wyoming to Missouri to South Carolina will see it if the weather's good. Some eclipse enthusiasts have had their hotels booked and their viewing parties planned for years.
Long ago, ancient cultures around the globe looked to the skies in shock and bewilderment. Many believe they were watching the sun being eaten by an animal, like a dog or a mythical dragon. Now we know there's a more scientific explanation for one of nature's most spectacular displays, the solar eclipse. Watching as the moon blocks out the light from the sun, it can be hard to imagine the amazing cosmic coincidence taking place. The sun's diameter is some 400 times larger than the moon's, but it's just the right distance away to appear the same size. For a couple of minutes, when the sun and moon are perfectly aligned, the moon completely covers the sun's disk. The sun's atmosphere, or corona, can be seen in the dim light along with stars and planets. This glowing atmosphere is much hotter than the surface of the sun, but no one is exactly sure why. It's a question puzzling astronomers. This so-called totality only exists in a narrow band, where the moon's shadow falls on the Earth. Outside this zone, some observers can see a partial eclipse, where it looks like a chunk has been taken out of the sun.
On August 21st, 2017, a solar eclipse will pass over all 50 United States. This will afford most of the country a glimpse of what it is like to have the moon slide between the sun and the Earth, casting a shadow on us down below. The experience will look different depending on where you are located. If you are along the path of totality, you see the moon fully block the sun. If you are outside of the path, you will see the moon go by, but the sun will never be fully covered. Wherever you are, you never want to look directly at the sun without protection. Like eclipse glasses, not sunglasses. Events like this are rare. The last total solar eclipse to cross the U.S. coast to coast was in 1918. And the next total solar eclipse in the continental U.S. isn't until 2024.
This event will give us the opportunity to watch a unique, fascinating, and unforgettable spectacle. But beware, even with more than 70% of its surface covered, the sun can cause permanent and irreversible retina burns if viewed with the naked eye or without adequate eye protection. Even when partially eclipsed, the sun should never be viewed with the naked eye or through makeshift filters. Never use several pairs of sunglasses on top of each other. Negatives of photos, medical X-ray films, or compact discs. It is therefore necessary to wear special eclipse glasses, which are new and not scratched or damaged. You can even use a sheet of paper pierced with one or more holes. This experiment is very simple to carry out, and the result is surprising. You can simply look at the ground under a tree. The pinhole optical effect is produced by the spaces between the leaves, and you'll see the distinctive crescents of the eclipsed sun. You can also simulate the tree's leaves by interlacing the fingers of both hands. The sun's crescents will be projected on the ground. Strictly adhere to all these safety instructions in order to make the most of the fascinating spectacle offered by this total eclipse of the sun.
Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright.